The Lord be with you.
Heute ist ein wunderschöner Tag.
Oh nein, was willst du?
Hola, let's talk about the price.
Gut, dann mal los.
How's this?
Well. Ja, das ist gut. Finally a good... Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Was kann ich dir heute Morgen...
What do you have? Let's talk about the...
Natürlich.
Is this enough?
That's more like it. Ja, das finally... Du wirst sicher zufrieden. Was möchtest du?
I'll have a... Word about the price.
Natürlich.
Here. And something for your trouble.
Wunderbar. Dankeschön. Es war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen. Was willst du? What are...
Show me your...
Wie schade.
Halt! Search! Show me what you've got on you.
Go ahead and search me. I've got nothing to
Are you
hide.
deaf? Everything in order. Carry on.
Have you come to break some more stuff? If you want something, wait till I've stopped being angry. And if you don't have any...
Was machst du? Ra- Welcome. A few days I sell.
Were there any...
You bet. And for if you own
And where did the...
on the road, I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off.
Sorry to hear that.
Me too. But what can I do? So, what will it be?
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably know best.
Ja, natürlich, you're not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Batista. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catharinen. Herr von Berger does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to.
Is there anything I should avoid around here?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's... Here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they better behave.
I understand that.
Ach so, ich verstehe. That is all because of the war.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those, every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Ah, but Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here.
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around Trusky. Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of trade. There is Bartosz, the apothecary Emmerich lives...
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated men, along with the scribe guy. But of the three, perhaps...
Is there anyone else here?
Oh yeah, the rest of the villagers are just...
Where do you go for wares?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. Attack, wenn du was brauchst, I do not think you will get to the...
I'll have a look at...
Aye, maybe next time then.
Whoa!
You don't fight with guards, you fool. You surrender to them. What do you want? Useless! You...
I wish she'd suffer the same pain.
Go!
God!
Ja! Go! Go! Ja! Go! Go! Quick! Quick!
Whoa, whoa. Wait, that's my Pebbles.
My girl!
I thought they killed you down by that
Blessings
pond.
to you. What do you need? Hurry up, I don't have all day.
That grey horse you have grazing here is mine.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. May she serve you well.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Go!
Gah!
Old gods. I wonder what their names were.
You're getting married tomorrow.
Kiss my ass. Another round. I'm putting this nice, since you're practically my brother now. Go home, or we'll drag you there. Laying a hand on family. Shame on you.
Leave now. Good day. What would you like?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up a bit hard. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It works better. Be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. I've got that. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. More sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. Move it. You're standing there like a fence post. You call this working? It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all now. Come over to the anvil. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost there. You go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
God bless. Greetings.
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work.
He'd certainly be happy to hear.
If you carry on, it's all about me. That's why if you work evenly. Got that? Or is there...
What good does it do?
It makes...
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that... It rings out.
What's the right way to heat up the...
Do it till it turns the color of straw. The main thing, but don't overheat.
Why should I...
If you keep it just the best...
How will I know it's finished?
Notice...
Thanks.
You can sleep in, and of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get material?
You can buy some essentials, but if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you take care of these. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
Sharp as a razor. Can't get any better than this. All done.
What can I do?
Show me your... I'd like to discuss...
Sure.
Satisfied?
That sounds really interesting. Lower your price.
Is this enough?
That sounds really interesting. Lower your... Very well, then. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Invisible or something.
What do you want? Why'd you buy?
Show me your... Word about the...
Sure.
Do you accept?
Well, if you offer a look...
No. Only because it...
Look. Very well, then. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend. This must be the ugliest horse I've seen in my life.
It's as cold as a dog's snout. Well, this one's gonna need some more work. This'll be done in no time. That looks good. Now just to temper it.
Can't get any better than this.
What do you need? Hurry up!
I'll have a look.
Why are you wasting my time?
Greetings.
Just kept smiling and rolling. Ah.
Greetings, what do you need?
What's new around here?
He's got a cottage near Vidlac. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. I have some here to sell. I'm working on a little... We have this little dispute with it, and that's all.
Sounds interesting. You're having problems with the Zheliovites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
What exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan, only for you to go off and tell the Zheliovites right away.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up, then. Old, obviously, is very proud of it. Very protective, too. Now I mean you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right, then. Olbram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught, or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. What do you...
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want...
Innkeeper, have you got anything to eat? Welcome.
People call you the mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arseface?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. I could tell you stories, or would you prefer something... But it's a lot of hard work.
How can I know if it'll be worth it?
If you don't believe...
So they all...
You know what? You can bug, but if you want to listen...
I know quite a few stories. How about...
All right, then. And that's story...
I know a romantic tale. He had to bring...
And then?
Oh, the lady.
If I... And now... Oh, so what...
Tell me a...
What's... So... One... In... He... Maybe...
I reckon that was the right...
Well, quite. Matthias was just... You're a Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin Kuba. He ran us, so he tried and raid. But the water goblin... So, when Kuba reached down into the...
Oh, that's so cruel.
Aye, and so did Matthias. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body, he stopped to rest by an old oak tree. And he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking, but it wasn't enough. Somehow, it wasn't. So he started bashing with the last of his... There, his final act was to stick the... The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then. And when you walk by the...
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story?
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe, then?
Because it brings misfortune. Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. It was good to see you, my friend.
Go!
Whoa!
Someone's wagon tipped over here. His things are now floating in the pond.
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit! You want to try me? You're no match for us, fucker! Do it! Corva! I'm wounded! Show what you're made of! do it! We're gonna get you. You want to try me? Fucker! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Useless! Useless! Die! Wanker! God wills it! Show what you're made of. No, you don't. Don't dare bleed to death before I cut you! You fucker! Oh, fucking...
Hey-yahoo!
Hey, Hans!
Are you talking to me?
Who else? Gutenberg, the hangman's halter? You really don't remember?
Come on, then.
Back already, Hans? I thought you'd be gone a lot longer.
I'm not Hans. I'm Henry.
Yeah, right, Hans. And I'm King Sigismund.
Do we know each other?
Of course. It's me, Joachim. We met in Gutenberg. We had that row about who had the right to a better pitch at the market. We nearly crossed swords at the cattle market in the morning. But come evening, we were getting boozed up together at the hangman's halter. You more than me, I reckon, seeing as you don't remember.
Where is it exactly I'm supposed to be coming back from?
You said you were off to Germany to sell your wares. I gave you some trinkets to see if you have any luck hawking them for me there. Didn't you go in the end?
You're a trader, then?
Not quite, Hans. Just a...
How's business?
It's been better. Luckily, there are still... But they still...
Where do you get the goods you sell in Kuttenberg?
Wherever I can, Hans. Every now and other times
I'm curious to see your wares.
Wares? Trinkets and baubles, more like. But...
One beer. Greetings to you.
Here we are. Good.
Don't be a coward.
God be with you.
I'll have a look at you. A word about the price.
Aye.
What would you say to this?
Well. Aye. It's a mess.
Greetings.
Friends always not to help each other.
Great!
It's a deal. Go ahead and tell Franz and Vashek too.
I saw you have quite a nice bull here.
You mean the white one? It belongs to old Olbram, or rather, Olbram belongs to the bull. The old geezer don't have nothing else on his mind besides that bull of his.
He watches the bull? How so?
He has his farmhands stand outside the barn with lanterns all night, keeping watch. I can't really blame him. An animal like that is a real rarity. I just...
Do you think Oldbram would sell the bull?
Who's asking?
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
You're not going to believe this, but...
You have a water goblin here.
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right...
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too, at first. They're foolish lads, so... Oh, but then they...
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there, by the dam. That's their spot.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the miller... Then other blokes... By the way, if you go, he takes a bit of get...
Oh?
You'll see, and that's pretty...
Thanks, innkeep. Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess.
He was here then?
Aye.
What do you mean by that? Why, unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no... But still...
Can I get something to eat and a place to sleep?
I don't know. And for how long?
I just want to spend the night.
It can be arranged. Payments in advance. And I don't want to see any tomfoolery.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right.
Only because it's you.
You really won't convince me like this. What can you do, eh?
All right, I'll pay. Here's your groschen.
Agreed then. The room's yours. Anyone can sleep like a king here. And if you're hungry...
I wish you a pleasant...
The word is fuck. F-U...
What are you here for?
Hey, to hell with your meter and stanzas.
Tell me more.
True. Then hand...
I'd like to...
What if you made...
I'm no Bulgarian. I'm as Czech as you. And at least I fuck. And like
Fine.
you, eh?
I'll go and see him, and we'll see.
Thing's gonna be standing in the street till 5 in the morning.
I've got you. You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just loiter around on other people. You'll pay up.
Look, can you keep a seat?
What are you talking?
Look, we're both men.
Where are you?
It's like this.
No?
They're really good. Well, this yarn at high noon, then all of a sudden, that girl made a... Oh,
All right, then.
Do you believe it? Someone bumped him up and didn't even rob him.
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
Whoa, whoa.
God be with you. Keep the peace.
Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
As the local scribe, you know a lot of things.
I'd say so. In this province, depends on...
No.
Armor, but try Radovan, the blacksmith. Uh-huh.
Whose armor?
Oh, it's just...
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Are you saying I don't look like a knight to you?
You? In short, I don't...
Who exactly?
You?
Really?
Perhaps Prince of Light.
But you...
Brunswick is...
Could you recount?
Well, Brunswick, so he decided...
A man after my own heart?
You may think so. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drover time, and so, after...
Well,
Brunswick, except his at the...
Where did...
It is this...
I think
And as our own stuff could look like
Chenyet. Well,
Lord, it's or
and you,
but I search.
and how did
I've got to pass
the crab bloody?
and so I'm not here and now.
Word about
Sure.
satisfied.
That's all. Never mind. I'm done haggling with you. Thank you kindly. And come again, friend.
I've heard you.
Are you what you are?
I'd like to buy.
I see.
Ah, damn. That's more money than I thought. Look, I don't need much. Just a bit will do.
Is that so? What do you want it for, anyway?
Nothing important, really.
All right, whatever. But I'd hate to find out you painted on someone's house. You know what? If I scraped off some of that dry pigment from the edges of the bucket and mixed it with some lard, that could work. Those pigments are a magical thing, eh?
What do you mean?
For example, if you need blue, you can use blueberries or woad leaves. You put them in hot water with the fabric and it'll turn blue. Walnuts good too. With the husks of unripe walnuts, you can get a very nice light brown, sometimes even yellow. The best way to make red is from madder root. And when you add alum or beeswing to the water, the colour gets a beautifully rich shade. Or you could just use plain old black elder. The berries, of course, but they're more for lighter shades. Oh, and privet's not too bad either. If you use its bark and alum, you get yellow. You can even use the leaves. They make a nice green, but it takes forever. But you know what's my favourite way of making yellow? Using dyer's broom or weld. You take a few nice stems, and for so much cheaper than using saffron or iris, that's the main thing. Buckthorn makes a nice green, maybe the best of all. You use its fruit. They say it can also heal, but I've never... The most important part is the stain, anyway. Like alum, for example. But even that... Too bad I don't dye fabric, but I see you're...
My word. Thank you so much.
Oh, not worth mentioning. Just be careful not to stain yourself. Quality material...
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up. And especially the cargo. Go to Samin and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way?
There's only one road, but I've got a back.
Those two hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you. I don't think they want...
Were they suspicious?
No.
What was the car at
Bugger and bop. There was some... And some... There's a good...
All right.
Go ahead.
Gladly. I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Prochek said you might know something.
Did you get tired of black? I just happen to know of some. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up, then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
That's more like it.
See something like that every day.
Ja! Quick! Ja! 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 Go! Ja! Whoa! Whoa! Ja! Go! Ja! Quick! Quick! Go!
Greetings to you. What do you need, my friend?
Do you live here all alone?
What wilderness? Oh, not really.
I understand.
But don't think, but greeting. It's true. You get straight. My advice. No doubt they don't.
Where exactly?
In the rock.
Why did you become a herbalist?
Let me guess.
I don't know any men who are herbalists.
My grandmother, she used to take what it's called, and in the evening...
You memorized it?
Why?
But people trust you anyway.
What else can they do? The only...
Isn't it dangerous? No.
Maybe for me, but I've... Well,
I'll have a look at the wares.
maybe how can I...
What do you...
Why are you wasting my time? What will it...
Show me...
Take care, then. Hola. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
I'll have a look at the ware.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing. What would you like?
What do you have? I'd like to do something.
All right.
How's this?
We're nearly there. You see, I knew we'd make a deal. Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
Whoa, whoa.